Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Dr. Priye Ohari, and I am the host of the Healing Table. I'm so excited today as I welcome a very, very vibrant, young, energetic girl to come, a lady actually, to come and share a story with us on the Healing Table. The Healing Table is actually a podcast that is set for us to come and talk about our lives, talk about the journey that we have passed through and where we are today. So today, with so much excitement, I welcome somebody that I have come to love, to be loved by Oluwaseun Elizabeth, as she comes on to share her story. So Toby, welcome.
Good
Okay, so
afternoon.
Toby, you're welcome. Yeah,
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, ma. Yes, ma. My
Yeah,
name
good
is
afternoon.
Oluwashino. Yes, ma. My name is Oluwashino Tobiloba Elizabeth. I am 22 years old and I am a colorectal cancer survivor living with a permanent colostomy.
Oh, really? So, can you please tell us your story, the journey, how it started to where we are? So,
Okay, right. It all started in the year 2021. Yeah.
oh, 4 years.
I was having,
Yeah.
2021. I was having recurrent malaria and typhoid from January to like September. I used to have malaria, typhoid. If I go for tests, they will see malaria. Another time, typhoid. It was on and on and on like that for like 8 months.
Toby, I
Then
don't want
it
to
gradually.
print you. Toby, I don't want to print you. I don't want to print you, but do you know that a lot of us have, anytime people fall ill in Nigeria, the first thing we attribute it to malaria and typhoid.
Malaria. Yeah, malaria and typhoid. Malaria. So that's why it is actually a lesson for me because you cannot just think out of the box that I might have cancer. Oh, I might have like some other great diseases. You cannot just think out of the box. Just be like, oh, maybe it's just stress. Maybe I need to rest. Maybe I just need to take and maybe it's mosquito. Maybe I just need to take malaria drug. Maybe it's my water. Maybe it's my environment. But you cannot just think out of the box that, oh, maybe I have some chronic disease or maybe I have cancer and all of that. So it's just the way we are in Nigeria.
Okay, so tell me your story. So you had malaria, you had typhoid. So how did you get to this point of you being diagnosed? And how did you feel the first time?
All right. So it graduated to me seeing blood and mucus mixed with my stool. Like whenever I poop, whenever I use the toilet, I see blood in my stool, and that was crazy. And from there, I graduated to like losing appetite, loss of weight, bloated stomach, pain around my stomach, and all. So a friend of my mom, she's a nurse, she's a senior matron. So she advised us to go to UCH to conduct some, just to go and then forge my complaint. So when I got there, they told me I would do what we call a colonoscopy test.
Okay.
Right. And the colonoscopy test is a type of test to like know what is wrong in one's like intestine, one's stomach.
Yeah.
Because remember I said I was seeing blood in my stool, and then I used to have pain around my stomach. So they wanted to know what is wrong. They did not know what was wrong. So they wanted to know what was wrong in my stomach. So I went for a colonoscopy test. And that colonoscopy test, sorry, they'll pass through my anus to know what is wrong.
I know about it, yeah.
Oh, you know about it. That's good. So when they wanted to go through my stomach, my anus, they saw a blockage. Like they could not pass through freely. There was a blockage, right? So they took a pinch out of that blockage. That blockage, it was a mass. So they took a pinch out of the mass and took it for biopsy. They said they don't know what it is. They will take it for biopsy. Okay. When the result is out, then we can know the next thing to do. So they took it for biopsy. The results came out after like 3 weeks, and it was tubular anemia, something I can't remember. But at that time, I was already at UCH. I could not I could barely walk. I could barely eat. So I was admitted to the hospital. They told me whatever it is, whatever the result is, they will have to operate on me because it's a mass. They will have to bring it out, right? Yeah. So when the results came out, they said they already assigned me to a surgery ward. My surgeon said that they are not satisfied with that result, that they will do another test by themselves. And this test will require me going to the theater and they cutting out larger parts of that mass that they found in my rectum area, and they will take it for biopsy. The day came, they called it like just minor surgery. They took me to the theater, they cut larger part of that mass and took it for biopsy. When the results came out, it was now that I had a stage 3 colorectal cancer, signet ring adenocarcinoma. Right. When they broke this news to me, to my family, it was a lot to take in because I don't know anything.
Oh.
Yes, I
And
did
the
not know
name,
anything.
even the name is scary. Even the name, what kind of long name?
Is very scary. We don't really fall sick in my family. We don't have sickness history, all this disease history. We don't really have it in my family. So they telling me I have a colorectal cancer, it was a lot to take in because I don't think I've ever seen or I know anybody that has ever had cancer in my family or friends or general people. I only hear about cancer anytime I watch American movies, truth be told. I just hear about leukemia, cancer of blood,
Blood,
cancer of the skin,
breast.
and all of that. Yeah, so I've never heard of a Nigerian having cancer. They now breaking the news to me that I had cancer. It was a lot to take in, I will not lie. It was a lot to take in. And me watching American movies, seeing cancer online, I used to feel like cancer is a disease for the rich. The sickness for the rich. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
For real though, it's a sickness for the rich. So breaking that news to me, it really shattered me, shattered my family, shattered all of us, coming from a average family that were just, trying to meet ends meet, trying to like just be okay. Now saying the last born of the family is diagnosed with a stage 3, not even stage 1, a stage 3 colorectal cancer. It was a lot to take in, but we cried. Hey, if tears can change things, tears will have changed a lot of things back then. We cried, everybody, as we were crying, comforting each other, petting each other, crying. We cried. But then, as the strong family that I have, we stood up. We're like, okay, they've diagnosed you with this thing. So what's the next thing? What's the way forward? So went to the hospital.
What's the next stage?
Yeah, what's the way forward? We cannot just sit down.
What's the way forward?
What's the way forward? Yeah. So went to the hospital. My doctor, the surgeon said that the easiest and fastest way to take out cancer is by surgery, by doing surgery, right? He said they'll go in, pack it, and that's it. So, right, they booked me for surgery, and they said we should go and look for 800,000. That money was a lot for me. It was a lot for my family. Coming from a family that my both parents' average salary is not even up to 200K combined together. They now said we should go and look for 800,000. That was a lot of money. That one too shattered us. It broke us. We ran helter skelter, went looking for the money, and thank God the money was complete. We came back and they booked me for the surgery, right? I had the surgery. I was diagnosed March 2022, right? And the surgery was also March, ending of March, right? The day of the surgery came. I did the surgery. Thank God it was successful. So when I was already back on the ward, like the general ward. I woke up. I opened my eyes. Yeah. Not even the recovery room. I was already on the ward, the normal ward. So I woke up. I opened my eyes. I noticed. Yeah, I woke up. I opened my eyes. I noticed that. I just noticed that this I did not spend much time in the theater. What's going on? They told me the major surgery, right? So why didn't I spend much time like in the theater? I asked my parents, my siblings. They were like, I don't know anything. So the next day, my doctors came for ward round, right? I was still in pain. The surgery they did, they had to open from my stomach down to my pelvic area. So it was a lot of pain. But my surgeons came for ward round. My doctors came for ward round the next day. So they were like, when they got to my place, they were like, oh, we're so sorry. We could not, when we got there, we met a frozen pelvis. Meaning that when they opened me up, they met a frozen pelvis. Meaning that the tumor was so big that it has attached itself to various organs in my rectum area, like my bladder, my uterus, and my ovaries. So it will be life-threatening to penetrate. If they say they should try to penetrate, it can cause loss of life, right? So that was why they brought out.
So that surgery they did, they just opened and closed you back.
Not like open and close. The initial plan was to open me up, take out the tumor and close me up. But when they got there, I said they met a frozen pelvis. And remember I said the type of cancer I had is a colorectal cancer. It's a cancer in the anus. So if the tumor is too big, I'll not be able to pass out stool. And if one does not pass out stool, that's the end of the person's life, right? So they brought out what we call a colostomy. When they saw that they could not bring out the tumor, they brought out what we call a colostomy, what you see in my videos at the left side of my stomach. Yes, that's the colostomy. Yeah, that's the colostomy. And the colostomy is the removal of one small intestine attached to the left side of the stomach to divert feces. They have to divert my feces.
You have talked to Dr. Finish. You're lecturing us.
Funny how I studied Yoruba in school. Right.
You went to school to study Yoruba?
Yeah.
You're a medical consultant. Be talking. Feed us.
All right. Yeah. So I said a colostomy is the removal of one small intestine attached to the left side of the stomach to divert feces. So they diverted my feces because my anus was blocked. So I will not be able to poop anymore. Right. So what they could just do on that day of the surgery was to bring out the colostomy and attach it to the left side of my stomach, divert feces, and they closed me up. So that was what they were explaining to me. They said now that surgery did not work, the next treatment for cancer is chemotherapy and radiotherapy. Yeah. They said the aim of the chemotherapy and the radiotherapy is to shrink the tumor. When it has shrunk it to a particular amount, they will go back in to take out the remaining and reverse the colostomy. That was the idea, right? So I started my chemotherapy journey April 2022. I had my first 6 courses, and chemotherapy is not a treatment for the weak. Let me put it that way, because chemotherapy deals with the good and bad cells in the human body. Whichever cell chemotherapy come in contact with, it takes out. It's not chemotherapy's business if it's the type of organ that is keeping the person alive, right? It just takes it out. And the aim of the chemotherapy now is to shrink the tumor, to make it small, to shrink it, to make it small, right? So I started my chemotherapy April 2022. They said I will have first 6 courses. I will have 6 courses, and a course costs 250,000 naira, and I do have it every 2 weeks, like 2 weeks interval. I'll take one course this week, the next 2 weeks take another course, another 2 weeks again take another course, like that for 6 times, right? So after the 6th course, I went for an MRI test, and an MRI test is the type of test.
So be as strong, you're strong.
Thank you,
ma'am. Yeah. You chest it, and you beat it to it. Well done.
Yes. With the help of God, yeah. So I went for after the 6th course, I went for an MRI test, and an MRI test is a test that shows the level of the treatment, like if the treatment is working or not. So when I did the MRI test, when the results came out, the results made us understand that the tumor did not shrink at all. Like the tumor is still the way the doctors met it. The way it was frozen, big, the way the doctors met it, that is still the way it is. Right?
Wow.
Receiving that news again broke me. It broke everybody.
I know. Even me, I'm broken right now.
Like spending 250,000, and that 250,000 is just the money for the drug. I did not add the money for there'll be some emergency drugs that I need to buy, money for bed fee, feeding, transportation.
What about the emotional trauma, the effect it has on you?
The side effects of the drug. The side effect of the drug too is crazy. Like the side effects, so many side effects, like loss of air. My period stopped from that time till now. Back pain, body pain. There was a time it got to a point I could not go out whenever it's sunny. My veins, all my veins were black everywhere. Like, the side effects is crazy. So now hearing that I took chemotherapy 6 times and it did not work, the money, the pain, the trauma, everything just went like that. That news broke me, broke everybody. They were like, okay, when this one did not work, we'll have to do it again. We'll have to take another 6 courses again. And at that time,
just like that.
Yes, just like that too, just like that.
Wow.
And at that time, I'd already gained admission to BC and Obanjo University. I gained admission January 2022. I was diagnosed March 2022. And as the type of person that I am, I want to go to school where my mates are going, right? I did not want to I did not want to take leave of absence. Like, I did not want to defer my admission. I was like, you know what? I'll rugged these things together. I'll go to school and take my treatment at the same time. So this is what I used to do. I used to like go to school like 2 weeks to my exam. Then I'll go to school 2 weeks to my exam, read what I can read, do my exam, and then come back home and continue my. Now they told me that I'll take another 6 courses. When the first 6 courses did not work, I'll take another 6 courses.
Wow.
We had no choice. We had to start going about my parents. Looking for money for the treatment and all of that. Yeah, I had another 6 courses, right? So after the 6th course again, making 12 courses of chemotherapy that I had. After the 6 courses again, I went for another MRI test. And the result was the same thing. At this point, I already knew how to read it myself. So after the 12th course, I went for another MRI test. The MRI test results came out that it was the same thing. At this time, I already knew how to read it. Like, when the test comes, I already know if the treatment is working or not. I already know how to read it before the doctor will even explain it to me. I know how to read it by my own. So if I've corrected the results, they will say, show it to your doctor, but I will open it instantly and check. Right? So I already knew. So they said the 12th course too did not work. How? And the type of person I am, I'm a person with high faith, but it got to a point my faith was shaking. I didn't but I didn't make it obvious. I just knew it in me that waiting they saw what's going on. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, is this how we continue? Because this cancer made my family stagnant. Like, it's a type of disease, a type of deadly ailment that will make one's family stagnant. Like, everybody's focus will be on you, right? They'll not be able to go on with their daily life. Like my sisters, their businesses, school, everything was on hold.
I know.
Everything was just stagnant. All focus was on me, and I felt like a burden and this burden till when? Like, how long? How long will it continue? So right after the 12 course that didn't work, they said in chemotherapy we have different lines. We have line 1, line 2, line 3, and line 4. The first line 1 is 12 courses, and if 12 courses did not work, we'll move to another line.
Line 2.
If I say another line, meaning that it was just in my head. I did not even know. So at a point, I was just numb. I didn't know what to feel. I did not even know how to feel. I did not know how to react to things. Got to a point, I started having memory loss because that's one of the side effects of chemotherapy. If you tell me something now, I've forgotten. You have to remind me again. So it was like that. And it really affected me in school because I will have to read and read again before I can like go for my exam and do it, right?
So you were still going to school that time?
Yeah, I was going. I was going. Some of my classmates did not really understand. I just told them that because I'm not really familiar with them because I don't go to school the way they used to go to school for classes and all. I'm not familiar with them. Whenever they see me, it's just my course rep and few other of my classmates that really knew what was wrong. I just told them generally that I am treating cancer. They don't even really understand. I just told them that I'm treating cancer. There was a time one of my classmates was like, academically unserious. I say, hey, thunder fire, you don't know what I'm going through. You're telling me I'm academically unserious. Like I shed tears that day. I cried. I was really pained because
Okay, can we, because of time, can we go to, the last phase? Did they
okay,
finally do the surgery?
yeah, I did. I went for another MRI test. It was the same thing. In fact, my doctor said it's like as if the tumor is progressing. So I was like, you know what's going to happen? Let me go and meet my oncologist. Let me speak to him one on one. Like, you should advise me, what can we do? I cannot continue taking chemotherapy. This chemotherapy is not working. What should I do? So I went to meet my oncologist, Dr. Jim. Oncologist is a doctor of cancer, like treats cancer, right? So I went to meet him.
Yeah.
I sat him down. I said, sir, please, if this thing that is happening to me were to be your daughter, what will you do? Abi, what will you advise? Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
was what I told him. I said, what will you do? What will you advise? Because I cannot continue taking chemotherapy. I the one that told me that chemotherapy is harmful for the body. And in the process of taking chemotherapy to fight cancer, someone can lose his or her life. I've seen plenty of people that lost their lives to chemo. So I told me I don't want to
Yeah.
die. And so advise me, what should I do? What's the way forward? Because in federal hospitals, they will not tell you. They'll just yeah, child be doing chemo, be taking it. They won't tell you. So I just begged him to advise me. He was like, oh, he's so sorry for what I'm going through, what I've passed through, what is going on in my family and in my life and all of that. That okay, so if you say that you should advise me now, the thing is that I will have to go back to my surgeons. I will have to sit my surgeon down, tell him that is there any way they can like go for a second look to like open me up back and see for themselves if they can take out the tumor. Because remember, we are depending on MRI tests to
Yeah.
tell us
Mm-hmm.
what is. If a surgeon can just go back in and see for themselves if it's something they can work with. But I should know that I will have a permanent colostomy. Hearing that I will have a permanent colostomy too broke me with that. This thing that they told me that it will be temporal. So I'll be putting from my stomach for the rest of my life. Hey, way. All right. So I went to my surgeon. Right. We discussed. I told him about it. It was like, okay, he and his team, they're happy to go for another look. Right. So I told him that was November 2023. So I told him I'm going to school for exam. When I'm back, we can have the surgery. So I went to school. I did my exam. When I came back, he did what we call a rectal examination for me. And a rectal examination is like putting his hand in my anus to just know what is going on. Maybe it's something they can work with. When he did that, he saw that this thing they can't work with it. He told me to go back for another chemo. This time I should just take 3 courses. Ah, but then I had no choice. I went to take 3 courses and then they booked me for surgery February 2, 2024. The surgery day came, I had the surgery, I did the surgery. When I woke up, they told me that I spent like 11 to 12 hours in the theater. And it's when I woke up, my sister told me that when she knew that they had already taken out the tumor was when my doctor told her to go and get a very big bowl. He said the biggest bowl she can get around. So what they want to use bowl to do. But then they gave her, they said that that bowl contains the tumor. She said it was so heavy. She said it was so heavy, right? So she also said that when they came out of the theater, like my doctor, she said they were sweating. You know how theater can be fully air conditioned and everything, but she said they were sweating profusely, like all of them, they were really, really, really sweating to know the type of stress and everything that they went through. And the type of surgery I had is called APR, abdominal perineal resection, meaning they worked on my stomach and my anus. So, like I said, when they got in, they could take out the tumor, but the difference is just that it was not frozen anymore. Remember the first time they went, it was frozen. This time it was moving, but the tumor was still big. So they could take it out. But them taking it out, because it was too big and it was in my anus area, they could not take it out alone. They had to take it out with my rectum. Rectum is that organ in our anus area that
And
puts stores in. So now I have what we call a flat butt, meaning that I don't have that anus, that hole. You know the way our anus is round. Mine is flat because they operated on
mm-hmm.
it. Now, like surgery site is flat. So now I'm left with a permanent colostomy. So after the surgery, they told me that after I've healed, the healing process took like 3 months. After that, they said I'll go for chemo radiation at Lutz, Lagos, right? Yeah. And that one also costs like 6 million naira, thereabout, yeah, 6 million. So they said chemo radiation is to kill any unforeseen cancer cells that wants to start growing. Yeah, that wants to start growing, to just kill it so that we won't have anything like relapse and all. So I went for that, and ever since it has been checkups, monthly checkups, annual checkups, 6 months checkups. That's it.
I want you to say a word of encouragement to any person that have been given a note, a report of cancer that feels that their life have come to an end. I want you to say something to them, please, in 1 minute.
All right. So, me fighting cancer and winning is a proof that anybody can also fight and win. Right. And I have a permanent colostomy. I have a slogan that goes thus, that the colostomy I have is a scar to my victory, right? Though it's permanent. Yeah. Though it's permanent. And let me like just buttress on that. You know, in the military, if soldiers go for war and if a particular country wins, there'll be a scar attached to that their victory, that we won. So I'm now saying that the colostomy I have currently is a scar to me overcoming cancer. Yeah. So if anybody that is going through cancer, or maybe you're just diagnosed that you have cancer, take a deep breath. Just breathe in and breathe out, and just do whatever. Do whatever your doctors say, because a lot of people were coming. Use this supplement. Use this cigar. Use this awo. But thank God we didn't listen to them. Anything your doctors tell you not to eat, not to do, please don't do it. Don't listen to anybody telling you to come and use one supplement, one kidney that kills, one herb that kills cancer. Don't just do your chemotherapy, your radiotherapy, your brachytherapy, everything. All the treatments that they say you should do it adequately. Whatever your doctor says you should eat, don't eat. Whatever they say you should eat. And trust me, if I survive, so can you, so can anybody. They told me that colorectal cancer cases, they're not really common with youth and children. It's from people 50 and above. So they said my own is a very, 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 very rare case. Like maybe the last time they saw this was maybe 30 or 35 years ago. Right? So if I can survive this, so can you. So can anybody. Because my family, we are not rich. And like I said, cancer is a treatment for the rich. Sorry, is a disease for the rich. We are not rich. For
the rich.
Yes, we are not rich, and God made me pull through. Look at me, I'm a graduate, and I'm here now online, online, share my story, creating awareness about colorectal cancer and colostomies. Right, we have some people that maybe they are survivors, and they can't come out and share their story. But God has given me the opportunity, the boldness, the strength to share, to turn my Instagram and TikTok page to a awareness page to talk about colorectal cancer and colostomy.
Thank you. I'm so grateful. This is again Toby Lover, and she's here. She has shared her story. For any person under the sound of my voice that is passing through one cancer illness or the other that is diagnosed, I want you to use her as a testimony. Look at how beautiful she looks. Her pictures are going around for you to see that she is carrying her badge with so much grace, because she knows the journey that she has passed through. It has been God. I want to encourage every person that cancer is not, don't see it as a stigma. Do not kill yourself because you have it. Just take it and say that, God, I don't know why, but let me convert it. Once you convert it, your winning process starts. And I believe that Toby Lover converted it, and that's when our healing process starts. And look at it today. See the funds. She talked about her parents' salary, but see how much has been spent. And look at her vibrant telling your story. You will also have your testimony just like she had. So thank you, and God bless you. I pray that the God that heals will heal you. He will send forth his word. He will grant the right doctors to have a good diagnosis. And at the end of the day, you will also have reason to testify. Thank you so much. Toby Lover, what can I say to you? I love you. Thank you so very much for coming to the healing table to share your story. We are so grateful. We thank you and we love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for everything you passed through to be here, we are grateful.